everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Today we're going to be making 3 Harry Potter DIY potion bottles. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So I wanted to get some more potion bottles for my potion shelves back there. So I thought, might as well make some myself. So first thing I did is I went on Etsy and I found a couple labels that I liked. And then I got everything else to curate after that. So first I want to go through all the supplies that you'll need to make some of these potions if you want to follow along at home. So first thing first, I have my labels. So here are the labels from Etsy. We've got 5 different ones and they give you a bunch of different sizes as well. And here were some on the back. So that's really nice. You could scale them yourself afterwards. And these labels were only $1.99. You print them yourself, so you just download them right off of Etsy so you can get them right away, which is nice. And of course, I'll link everything down in my description box below if you want to find it for yourself. Then you'll need your potion bottles. So I got a couple of these at a local craft store. I have a Michael's near me. So I just went ahead and got 3 different fun shaped bottles for my potions that we're gonna have today. That way they're not like all uniform on the shelf. They are all different fun and funky shapes, just like you would see in the wizarding world. Next, I have my glitters. So I got a couple different shades. I have this like aqua one, this silver one, and then this like pearly blue color as well. I also picked up some of this dye. You would use this if you were like tie-dyeing a shirt or something. So it is a fabric dye, but food coloring works as well. I also purchased this white glitter mist. It's in this really pretty pearly white color. And then I also purchased this liquid glue, some super glue, some water pearls. They look just like this, some twine. And then I have these little decorative pieces. So these are some gems and some tassels. Then I also have a black marker and then this little stick just for stirring it. So that's all the supplies. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find what label will fit best on each bottle and I will cut those out. So for this one, I think I want to use the Cornish Pixie Popping Corn. So that one just looks a little too big, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use this size. I think that one's going to work the best. All right, and then the reason why I have a marker is just so I can kind of color in some of the edges to make sure it doesn't show up white, since I did print this just on regular printer paper, and then I just went ahead and I cut it out. So just doing this kind of adds to the effect to make it look a little bit cleaner and a little bit nicer. So that way it will look a little something like this once I go ahead and glue it to the bottle. But now we have one done. Now we have to pick out 2 more for each of these bottles. So I'm thinking for this one, I would want to do the Gilly water. I think that would look really cute. Let's see. Can't tell if that would be too big or if this one will be too small. Yeah, that's gonna be too big, so it has to be this size. And for this one, it's gonna have to be a smaller one. I really wanted to use this petrified pufferfish eyes, but the print came out a little weird. I might be able to make that work because this one's definitely gonna be too big. So we'll see how we make that work, but let me go ahead and cut them all out. All right, so I have each of my labels all created here. So these are the ones that I picked out for the bottles. So we have some petrified pufferfish eyes, Gilly water, and Cornish Pixie Popping Corn. All right, so we're gonna start off with the petrified pufferfish eyes. So I'm gonna put the label to the side and we'll add that on there last. But let's go ahead and take this topper off. These are the 2 craft supplies that I'm going to use to create this potion. So this one is the glitter mist, and then here are the water jewels. You might also want to get a funnel to pour each ingredient into your bottles, but this one has a pretty wide opening, so I think I will be fine, but we will see as I go. So what I want to do is I'm going to add some of these water jewels in first. They're so squishy. These are going to represent the petrified eyes, pufferfish eyes. That's why I went ahead and picked these up. Oh my gosh, they are falling everywhere. I'm making such a mess. So I'm going to fill them out about halfway. I think that that will be enough. And then we'll go ahead and add this glitter mist. So I picked this up just because I really liked the color of it. and I didn't have to create it myself. So it was just easy. This is where you might want to add a funnel because I might make a mess, but I think that this opening is big enough where I don't need to go grab a funnel. I'm just gonna pour this entire container in here. So it's not filled up as much as I want it to be, so I'm gonna go ahead and add more of these water gems until I have it about as full as I want it. I'm making such a mess with these. Oh my gosh, they're so bouncy. Like, I don't know if you know how squishy these things are, but they are, like, if I squish that, it's gonna go flying. It's so much fun. Maybe about, oh my gosh, one of them just fell in that crack. Alright, so add the topper. How cool does that look? So these are my petrified pufferfish eyes. They look like little eyeballs in there. That is so cool. I love the effect that it gives. And once you have your potion where you want it, that's when you would go ahead and get the super glue, and you'll super glue the topper on so that way it doesn't open up and spill, or someone doesn't open up the container and use it for whatever reason. Just keeps everything a little bit more safe. So I'm just gonna add some super glue around the edges of this cork, and now I'm going to seal it. Put it in there as much as I can. Look how cute that looks. This was so simple. Literally it took 2 things to fill this potion bottle with, and that created my potion. Now we're ready to add our label. So to add on this label, you're just gonna need some Mod Podge. So I'm just gonna pour some on there. You're gonna want like a paintbrush or something to apply it with. So I'm just applying this Mod Podge all on the back of this label. And this was just done on printer paper. Nothing fancy. If you have something that you can make stickers with, just use that. Obviously it's gonna be way easier than this, but I'm just trying to make do with what I have. And then what's nice about the Mod Podge is not only are you just going to apply it to the back and it's gonna work like glue, you can also apply it to the front to kind of seal it in. All right, so this is where the placement is. I'm very happy with this placement. So I'm gonna go ahead with this bigger brush and kind of paint on the Mod Podge on the front. And it looks white, so it might look kind of scary when you're applying it, but it will dry clear. So you can be kind of messy with it. And I bought the glossy one, so it should leave kind of a glossy finish once it dries. All right, so we're gonna set that over to the side to wait for that one to dry. All right, our next one we're gonna do is this Cornish Pixie Popping Corn. And since it's a Cornish Pixie potion, I want to make it that like royal blue that Cornish Pixies are. And then since it's popping corn, I'm gonna go ahead and add more of these water jewel gems to kind of give it that popping corn effect. And we're gonna be adding some glitter and fun things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. I also grabbed a funnel for this one, and I forgot to mention that you will also need some rubbing alcohol. So this is the one that I have. It's just one that I already had in the house. So first things first, let's add some of our popping corn to the Cornish Pixie potion. It's so bouncy. Do you see it? Like when I put them in there, they just bounce around. They're so fun. And I just want to mention, I think a storm is coming. It's pretty dark outside right now, and I use the natural lighting as my lighting. I don't have a ring light or anything right now. So if you see it getting darker, that's why. And if you hear any thunder, that is also why I think a storm is coming. Okay, so for this one, I don't want to fill it completely with these little balls. So I'm just going to do about 1/3 of the way full. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add this rubbing alcohol into the bottle. That's all I have of that. Then we're gonna add a little bit of this dye. A little goes a long way, so we are going to try to be really careful and not add too much and not make too big of a mess. I probably should have some paper towels, but I don't. I have some in the house, I just don't have any over here. So I might have to get up and get some. We're just gonna add a little bit. You always add more. Look how cool it is when I added it to it. I'm gonna add a little bit more. We want it to be kind of dark. All right, let's set that to the side. We can always go back and add more. All right, so we're adding the powdered glitter in next. Okay, oh, I just added a huge clump of that. All right, so this looks super interesting so far. Let's mix it up and see what we have. All right, I'm gonna put this topper in as much as I can. Whoa, look how dark that is. Okay, can you see how cool this looks so far? That's without me mixing it. So let's go ahead and give it a mix. Whoa, That looks so cool. I wish I had some more rubbing alcohol, but I ran out and I could have filled this up a little more. But what's really cool about this not being completely full, it looks like you're actually using it, because in the Wizarding World, if you had potions, you'd be using them, of course. So this one just looks like I used it a little bit. I'm really happy with how it looks. I'm not sure if the camera is picking up based on the lighting that we have currently, but it has this really pretty like pearlescent blue tone to it. I think it looks really gorgeous when it hits the light just right. I do like that it's not completely filled all the way, but I do want to add a couple more of these because you can't see them just enough, I feel like. So I want to add just a few more, and that will help fill it up some as well. But it looks so pretty in the right light. Like, if you can see that, just like the glitter and everything. It's so cool. All right, so I think that is enough. All right, and now that I'm happy with how it looks, I'm gonna go ahead and add the super glue to the topper. All right, now we're ready to add the label, so let's go ahead and add some more of this Mod Podge. Since this is a bigger label, I could probably use this bigger brush on the back as well. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add the label. How pretty. Oh, I love how this turned out. Once you're happy with the placement, go ahead and add the Mod Podge to the top to seal it in. All right, last but certainly not least, we have our Gilly Water potion that we are going to create now. So for this one, I am going to be using this aqua liquid glue and then these two gorgeous glitters. So let's go ahead and get started with this one. So what you wanna do is you wanna add this glue into your bottle. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. I should have used a smaller bottle, but we're already here, so let's go ahead and squeeze this entire container into this bottle. And we'll see what we get. I should have just bought regular clear glue. All right, so I poured the entire container here. So now it's just gonna sit at the bottom, and we're kind of winging it with this one because I'm trying something new that I've never done before, and we'll see what we come up with. So now I wanna pour in some of the glitter. I'm gonna use my funnel again. Now we're gonna add this one. Now for the wooden stick. Now we're gonna mix this glitter into the glue, like so. Oh, this is fun. Look at it. That looks so pretty. We're just bringing this up on the sides of the bottle itself. I coat it around. Pretty. Not too bad for winging it, right? All right, we're gonna add that back in. So we wanna add a little bit of this blue dye, and when I say a little bit, I mean like a tiny, 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 tiny bit. Well, that's enough. Added a little more than I wanted to. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some water, and I just have this bottled water next to me, so that's what I'm using. Oh my gosh, it's so clogged. You want to have at least enough gap to be able to shake it. I think that is plenty. There was more water in there. Oh my gosh. It's a little more full than I want it to be. So this was me winging it. I think it came out kind of cool. So this is the Gilly Water potion. So it's water mixed with some glue to keep that glitter in place, and it looks so cool. Wow, I'm impressed with that. The one thing I would change is the dye. So I used a navy blue dye, and I don't have any other dye here with me, but if I could do this again, I would definitely do a lighter color. Something that's going to match with this label a lot better, because this is way more navy than I want it to be, but it will do for now, and I think that the sparkles are so gorgeous on it. Push it down as deep as you can. All right, now we're ready to add the label. All right, so that is with the Gilly Water. Am I calling this Gilly Water the whole time? Giggle Water. Oh my gosh, I think I've been calling this Gilly Water the whole time. This is Giggle Water, like they have in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, when Jacob takes a sip of it and does that funny laugh.
6 shots of Giggle Water. Who want no matches like you?
No, I'm the only one like me.
So yes, this is Giggle Water. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been doing that this whole time. But this is what it looks like all the way through. I think it came out pretty cool, especially for just winging it. It looks pretty dope on the bottom there. So the one thing I would change is just use a different color dye. Something lighter would have been a little prettier than this navy blue, but it's what I had and I didn't want to buy 2 different color dyes. So I think that that came out pretty nice. All right, now I just want to add the Mod Podge to the top to seal this label in. All right, now to decorate them, just to add to them to make them that much more magical, I'm just gonna wrap some twine around it like so and see how that looks. And I'm just gonna use some super glue to get this to stay. So I'm just going to add it to the bottle here. And then we'll start wrapping it around. So this is basically what it looks like. So cute. Just adds that little extra piece to it and it looks so nice and like more finished that way. All right, so now that you have the end of it, that's where you're gonna add just one more spot of glue. Make sure it stays. And then I'm just using the back of this brush so I don't get it all over my hands. Kind of hold it there until it stays. And another alternative to super glue would be some hot glue. That would work great as well. All right, let's add some to our Cornish pixie as well. For the Cornish pixie, I also have this little tassel that I want to add. This cute little navy blue one I think would be so adorable, and I got these at my local craft store as well. They had like this little charm area and I thought that these ones were so adorable, so I had to pick these up. Just add this super glue to the bottle and then you start wrapping the twine around it. At this point is where I want to add the charm. I want to feed that right through the twine. I want it attached more at the base in the front here. So we're just gonna keep that there as I continue to wrap the twine around. So it's kind of like in the middle. Add that bit of glue here to kind of seal this twine in place. And then I just repeated the same thing, wrapping the twine around the giggle water, and I added this cute little tassel in this teal color on the side. I think that's so cute. And for this one, I used both of these twines and kind of interworked both of them on here. I think it turned out so cute. Kind of add different textures on it as well. And then last but not least, I want to add some of these to the giggle water. And I just picked these up at my local craft store as well. I thought they kind of resembled bubbles, so I thought they were so cute. So I just wanted to add them to the sides of the label here. And for these, the whole thing is connected, so I'm just going to cut it about halfway because I don't want to use the entire thing. So I just cut it off like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and add it to the corner here. How cute is that? I love it. And then with the remaining half, I'm going to add it to the bottom of this side, just like so. How beautiful is that? It's so gorgeous. I think that those little details just complete the bottle so nicely. And of course, if you wanted to, you could add some of these gems to the other potion bottles if you want to, but I think I'll save them for maybe a future bottle that I make. And this is how all three of them turned out. I'm so happy with them. They are so easy to do. So definitely let me know in the comment section if you've ever created your own potions at home before, what kind of things that you include in your potion bottles, or let me know if you recreate these exact ones at home. I would love to hear from you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments. And one thing I also would do to complete these bottles would be to add a wax seal on the top of these corks. I think that that makes it look more finished and very magical. Maybe we could try doing one right now. Maybe I could add some to the top. Let me see what color waxes that I have. All right, so I do have these two waxes that I could use to seal one of them. So let me go ahead and try to do this one. I might completely fail at this, but let's give it a go. All right, so that is it with the melted wax on top. I think that really finishes out the potion. It looks so cool and unique. And this is the final three all completed next to each other. Alright, so that's going to conclude today's video. If you want to see me do more DIY Harry Potter potion bottles, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your bell notification so you're notified during my next video upload. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye!